Hello everyone who is watching today's video. Together we will embark on a journey to explore a huge industry. But few people have witnessed the whole picture. The pig farming and processing industry in Australia, one of the most developed countries in the world in agriculture and food. Here, among the vast fields, modern farms operating on an industrial scale, hundreds of millions of pigs are raised, cared for and put into a closed processing process to serve the essential food needs of tens of millions of people in the country and the international export market. When mentioning Australia, people often think of kangaroos. Endless beaches are a liberal lifestyle, close to nature, but hidden behind that peaceful beauty is a huge agricultural industry, with the most modern livestock farming technology in the world. The pig farming industry in Australia is not simply about raising pigs for meat, but a complex chain, from breeding, care, vaccination, to slaughter, processing and distribution. All are carried out scientifically, strictly controlled, and put animal welfare first. On average, each year, Australia produces and consumes hundreds of millions of pigs, serving domestic demand and exporting to many countries such as China, Japan, Korea, Singapore and the Middle East. Pigs in Australia are raised using modern methods, in airtight barns, with air conditioning systems, ensuring hygiene and biosecurity. Each pig is assigned an electronic identification number from birth until it is sold. From feeding, vaccination to weight monitoring, everything is controlled by technology, helping to minimize disease and improve meat quality. At breeding farms, sows are carefully selected to ensure they have healthy genes, reproduce well, and are good at raising their children. A sow can give birth to 10 to 14 piglets per litter. And in her lifetime can produce hundreds of piglets. The process of caring for piglets is not simple. They are raised in a stable temperature area, with an artificial lighting system that simulates natural light to stimulate growth. Drinking water is filtered, food is prepared according to each stage of development, ensuring optimal nutritional content. Not stopping there, the process of slaughtering and processing pork in Australia is a high-tech chain. Modern processing plants operate almost continuously 24/7, with thousands of workers working in shifts, with the support of robots and automatic quality control systems. Every day, millions of tons of pork are processed, sorted, frozen and packaged for shipping across Australia and exporting to the world. Pork belly, spare ribs, minced meat, sausages, ham, bacon, all start from farms and are completed through rigorous processing. It is worth noting that in Australia, people and the government always put animal ethics and welfare first. Farms are required to comply with strict regulations on barn area, stocking density, medical care and waste treatment. The use of antibiotics is also strictly controlled, only used when prescribed by a veterinarian. Food hygiene and safety standards are monitored by many state agencies, ensuring that the output products are not only clean and delicious but also absolutely safe for consumers. It is the synchronous investment from farming to processing that has helped the Australian pork industry reach the world level. Not only is Australian pork a food product, it also appears on the dining tables of millions of families in many other countries, contributing significantly to export turnover and national economic development. This is also an industry that creates hundreds of thousands of jobs. From agricultural engineers, veterinarians, slaughterhouse workers, machine operators, to logistics, transportation, and marketing teams. In today's video, we will follow livestock engineers, processing plant workers, and modern farmers to better understand the process of raising, caring for, and processing pork in Australia. Each film and each realistic image will help us feel more clearly the ingenuity, science, and human values behind each piece of clean meat that we consume every day. Let's delve into the world of giant farms, where every day millions of pigs are carefully cared for. From the bustling squeals of piglets, the rhythmic hum of machinery in processing plants, to the smiles of workers transporting pallets of finished meat, all create a vivid picture of Australia's pork industry, where every little detail contributes to safety, sustainability and long-term development, to produce a commercial pig that can be sold with an average weight of 100 to 120 kilograms. The entire rearing process usually lasts from 5 to 6 months. The first stage is the period of reproduction and rearing piglets. At breeding farms, sows are raised separately in a special controlled area. They are regularly monitored for their health, provided with a nutritious diet and fully vaccinated. Each mother pig will be pregnant for 114 days, equivalent to about 3 months. "3 weeks and 3 days after giving birth, the tiny piglets, weighing only about 1 to 1.5 kg, will be separated from their mother in a brooding area to ensure a stable temperature and a safe environment. Here, technology continues to play an important role. Automatic heating systems, temperature sensors, and continuous surveillance cameras help farmers easily detect unusual signs. The piglets will be numbered, chip or QR coded, recording the entire history of care, vaccination and growth monitoring, just by scanning the code. The manager can know what the pig has eaten, what diseases it has, how much it weighs, ready for group or individual management. After about 3 to 4 weeks, the piglets will enter the weaning stage. This is an extremely sensitive period, because piglets are susceptible to shock if not properly converted to nutrition. In modern Australian farms, the diet is carefully designed, including easily digestible foods, rich in protein and minerals to help the piglets adapt quickly. This stage lasts another 3 to 4 weeks before moving to the fattening area. When the pigs reach a weight of 20 to 30 kilograms, they are taken to the fattening farm, a large, airy and clean barn model. The feeding and drinking system is fully automatic, distributed according to a fixed schedule to ensure a stable amount of nutrition. No longer is the scene of workers having to scoop buckets of bran like in the old days. Instead, there are pipeline systems that transport industrial feed precisely to each row of barns. Each day, pigs will be fed 2 to 3 times. along with measuring weight, monitoring growth to adjust the appropriate ration. During the fattening period lasting about 10 to 12 weeks, the weight of pigs increases rapidly. Thanks to nutritious food, a clean environment, and careful care, pigs can gain an average of 800 grams to 1 kilogram per day. It's not just about feeding, farmers also monitor the intestinal microflora. Fecal condition, growth rate and even the psychology of the pigs, because any small change can affect productivity or cause disease. The highlight of the Australian pig farming industry is humaneness. On many farms, people apply the free-range model, that is, not keeping pigs in small cages but letting them move around in open spaces. Some places also install play systems for pigs. Such as dangling rubber balls to prevent pigs from being stressed. Australians believe that happy pigs make delicious meat, and that is not wrong at all. When the pigs reach their ideal weight, about 110 to 120 kilograms, they will be transferred to specialized vehicles and transported to slaughterhouses. Here, a whole professional operating system will begin. The transportation process is gentle, without loud noises, without being forced to avoid scaring the pigs. After arriving at the factory, the pigs are given a few hours to rest and stabilize their psychology before being put on the slaughter line. The slaughter process in Australia is carried out according to the highest standards of hygiene. Safety and animal welfare. The stages of anesthesia, bloodletting, and butchering are all performed by machines with precision down to the millimeter. Each factory has a team of hygiene supervisors, quality controllers, and veterinarians on duty to ensure that no substandard products are released to the market. After being classified, the meat will be brought to the rapid cooling area, then transferred to the segmentation lines. Depending on the purpose of use, the meat can be divided into pork belly, shoulder meat, rump meat, ribs, bones, organs, etc. The delicious parts will be vacuum packed, frozen, or vacuum sealed according to customer requirements. In particular, organs such as liver, heart, and lungs will be cleaned, carefully inspected, and packaged separately to serve Asian restaurants, where organs are considered a delicacy. Next, the meat products are brought to the processing plant to create a series of products such as sausages, bacon, salted meat, cold cuts, spring rolls, fermented pork rolls, and many other convenient foods. This is where Australian ingenuity and creativity come into play. Taste laboratories are constantly researching new recipes, creating products to suit the tastes of each market, from the US, Europe to Asia and the Middle East. The packaging process is also an indispensable step. Each product must undergo a rigorous inspection process before being released to the market, from nutritional ingredients, bacterial cleanliness, storage time, to barcode traceability. All are clearly printed on the packaging so that consumers can feel completely secure when using it. Thank you. Let's continue our journey to explore the process of raising and processing hundreds of millions of pigs in Australia, a giant picture of labor. technology and nutritional value in modern human life. After the pork products are completely packaged, they will be transferred to the central cold storage system. These cold storages act as giant transit stations, ensuring a stable temperature of -18 to -30 degrees Celsius, helping to maintain long-term meat quality without losing flavor and nutritional content. Each carton is equipped with a QR code to track the storage time, production batch, packaging date, expiry date. And even information about where and when the pig was slaughtered. Thanks to this modern management system, any errors that occur can be quickly traced, ensuring absolute transparency. Next is the transportation step, an indispensable link in the value chain of the pig farming industry in Australia. Internationally standard refrigerated trucks are used to transport goods to supermarkets. Wholesale markets, restaurants, or export to foreign markets such as Japan, Korea, Vietnam, China, the US and the European Union. What is special is that in Australia, the entire transportation process must strictly comply with HACCP standards, a globally recognized food safety and quality control system. With huge domestic and international consumption demand, the Australian pig farming industry plays a strategic role in food security and the national economy. Every year, Australia exports hundreds of thousands of tons of pork and processed products to more than 100 countries. Australian pork is popular for its high quality, clean production process, and no growth hormones or excess antibiotics, ensuring the health of consumers. In addition, this industry also provides hundreds of thousands of stable jobs for workers, from technology engineers, animal nutritionists, barn workers, inspectors, transport drivers to personnel in the supply chain, marketing and retail. In rural areas of Australia, pig farms are the mainstay of the local economy, contributing to keeping people in their hometowns and developing sustainable communities. In addition, Australia is also one of the pioneering countries in applying the circular livestock model, instead of letting livestock waste pollute the environment. Farms in Australia take advantage of pig manure to compost into organic fertilizer for crops or use it as raw material to produce biogas. Many farms have built systems to collect gas from waste to run generators for production activities, helping to save energy costs and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Some places also cooperate with renewable energy companies to sell electricity from biogas to the national grid, creating additional income for farmers. Liquid waste from barns after treatment is also used for irrigation, soil improvement or to provide pastures for feeding dairy and beef cattle, creating a closed agricultural cycle. Minimizing waste of resources. This is the direction of modern agriculture: clean, sustainable, effective. One of the notable highlights of the pig farming industry in Australia is the focus on research and improvement of breeds. Research institutes and agricultural universities are constantly crossbreeding new pig breeds that can gain weight quickly. Resist disease well, save feed and produce higher quality meat, using artificial intelligence, AI, and big data to track genes. Health and feeding efficiency has dramatically improved productivity. For Australian consumers, pork is not only a familiar dish but also a symbol of fresh, safe and convenient food. In supermarkets, you can easily find hundreds of pork products, from fresh meat, frozen meat to sausages, pre-cooked meat, ready-to-eat dishes, even diet foods for gym-goers. Each product is cleanly packaged, clearly labeled, with detailed instructions and nutritional information. Not stopping there, Australians also organise annual pork food festivals to promote the livestock industry and encourage people to support domestic products. At these events, famous chefs will perform delicious pork dishes such as honey-grilled ribs, fresh charcoal grilled sausages, crispy pork belly, or bacon with eggs and bread, creating a culinary picture full of appeal and rich Australian identity. It is impossible not to mention the important role of Australian pork in the international market. With increasingly affirmed prestige, Australian pork products are now present in more than 100 countries. Notably, Asian countries such as Japan, Korea, Singapore, Vietnam, China and Thailand. Australian pork is popular not only because of its natural delicious flavor, but also because of its absolute guarantee of quality and food hygiene and safety. In Japan, imported Australian pork is often used in traditional dishes such as tonkatsu, shabu shabu or ramen, highly appreciated for its softness, low fat, rich flavor and lack of chemical residues. In Vietnam, many high-end restaurants and large supermarkets have put Australian pork on their menus and shelves as a high-quality option, serving the middle class and demanding consumers. In particular, the Australian government has invested heavily in building a national clean meat brand, a title that is not only symbolic but also a specific commitment to quality, safety and ethics in livestock farming. To be certified as Australian clean meat, the product must pass dozens of strict inspection standards, from the process of raising without antibiotics, without hormones, to processing in a closed environment, ensuring absolute hygiene. In addition, qualified farms must demonstrate that they have a clear animal welfare program, from not being confined in cramped cages, having space to move, to special care when pigs are sick. All must comply with internationally recognized ethical standards. This not only helps create safer food, but also creates an image of the Australian livestock industry as humane and progressive. On the scientific side, Australia is leading the way in research on alternative proteins. Although the pig industry still plays a major role, research institutes in Australia have begun to combine biotechnology to create artificial meat from animal cells. Although still in the experimental stage, this shows that the Australian meat industry is not only living in the present, but also looking to the future, where human nutritional needs are still met without sacrificing the living environment or animal ethics. We also need to emphasize that the Australian pig farming industry cannot develop without reasonable support policies for farmers from the government. From preferential loans, agricultural insurance policies, investment funds for technology to tax exemptions for livestock equipment, all are implemented by the Australian government. To create the most favorable conditions for farmers to access new technology, modernize production and maintain a key role in the economy. In terms of society, the pig farming industry also brings great community value. Many rural areas that were previously poor have now become major meat production centers thanks to investment from companies associated with local farmers. People not only have jobs and stable incomes, but also have the opportunity to access advanced agricultural knowledge, contributing to improving the quality of life and education for the younger generation. A very valuable point is that Australians have a culture of respecting and recognizing the contributions of workers in the livestock and food processing industries. Awards such as Best Farmer of the Year, Outstanding Slaughterhouse Worker, or Innovative Initiative in Agriculture are held annually as a tribute not only to the skills, but also to the silent dedication of tens of thousands of people behind each meal. Pork, seemingly a very ordinary food, but on the journey from the breed to the family dinner table, it has gone through many complicated stages, requiring close cooperation between humans and technology. Each pig is raised with dedication and strict control. Each slice of meat is processed with high technology and meticulousness in every small detail. Behind that is a huge production, consumption ecosystem, where humans, technology, ethics and the environment work together to create practical value for society. And finally, when we hold a piece of delicious pork in our hands, you probably won't think of the vast farms in Australia, the cold and dry processing lines, or the silent hands working day and night in the factory, but it is they, those simple workers, who have turned the ordinary into the wonderful, turned food into a living value, and turned the entire agricultural industry into a national pride. Ladies and gentlemen, the journey we have just been through is not just a tour of large-scale livestock farms, the world's most modern processing plants, or intercontinental food logistics routes. It is also a journey to explore the depths of sustainable development, where humans and nature do not confront but coexist, where ethics and profits do not oppose but blend together. In Australia, each pig born is not just an agricultural product, but also a testament to a closed value chain operating on the basis of science, technology and passion. Australians do not consider pigs as sacrifices, but as a source of life, a driving force for development and an object that needs to be treated with kindness. From farmers, food engineers, factory workers, to supply chain operators and market managers, everyone plays a vital role in ensuring that every piece of meat that reaches consumers is a quality, safe and nutritious product. By investing in modern technology, Australians have completely changed the way they view the livestock industry. From a labor-intensive, resource-intensive and environmentally risky industry, Australian pig farming has now become a model for green development, environmentally friendly, water saving, reducing greenhouse gas emissions and using renewable energy. Innovations such as smart pig pens, sensor-based health monitoring systems, antibiotic-free farming processes, or using byproducts as organic fertilizers, all aim at the ultimate goal: protecting the planet while ensuring an abundant source of food for millions of people. Not stopping there, Australian universities, research institutes and NGOs are also actively involved in improving the capacity of the livestock industry. They research new pig breeds that are healthier and more suitable for changing climate conditions. They make policy recommendations to ensure fairness for farmers and workers. They organize international conferences, share knowledge and experience with developing countries. That shows that the Australian livestock industry is not a closed world for its own benefit, but a model of sharing, a trusted companion with the international community. Above all, this industry plays a key role in ensuring global food security, in the context of the world facing major challenges such as climate change, war, disease and food shortages. The stability and supply capacity of countries like Australia are extremely important. Thanks to its rigorous and efficient production processes, Australia is not only self-sufficient in domestic demand, but also a reliable source of supply for millions of families around the world. And if you are asking yourself, what can I do from this story? The answer is clear: every consumer can become an important link in this sustainable value chain. By choosing products with clear origins, prioritizing safe food and ethical certification, you are contributing to encouraging a more humane production model. Support honest farmers, share this knowledge with friends and relatives, and inspire an industry that can thrive without destroying the environment or harming human ethics. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is changing, and agriculture is no exception. Pig farming in Australia is no longer a traditional self-sufficient industry, but has become a high-tech, modern and globalized industry. This is clear evidence that with strategic vision, proper investment and professional ethics, any field, even a seemingly old field like livestock farming, can create miracles. We hope that, through this video, you will not only understand more about the giant industry behind delicious pork, but also feel the spirit of innovation, sustainable aspirations and kind hearts of those who are silently contributing to the meals of millions of people day and night. Sincerely thank you for taking the time to watch. If you like this content, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends and relatives. Your small actions will motivate us to continue making more quality, meaningful and humane videos. But dear friends, while pigs raised in a modern, safe, and closed environment in Australia provide an essential food source for millions of people, in some other lands, where there are unique ecosystems, people live and survive thanks to a very different, even somewhat dangerous animal, snakes and pythons. We will leave the space of modern pig farms to come to a dramatic world, where people have to face the recklessness, intelligence and fierce power of nature. Here, snakes and pythons are not only wild reptiles but also become objects of high economic value, from skin, meat, to rare medicinal herbs. So, how can people domesticate these famously ferocious, uncontrollable animals? How do they raise them? How can they be processed into food or medicine? And is this industry as economically efficient as the traditional livestock industry? Now, let's join us in a wild world where the boundary between survival instinct and human intelligence is more evident than ever. The world of snake and python farming and catching. Ladies and gentlemen, in the wild natural world, there are probably few animals that make people both terrified and curious, like snakes and pythons. With a cold appearance, soft but dangerous movements, snakes and pythons have long been associated with legends, mysteries, and survival stories all over the world. However, in many countries, especially in Southeast Asia, Africa and some states of Australia, snakes and pythons are not just simple reptiles, but also valuable resources, bringing huge economic value. Today, we will embark on a journey to explore a unique and dramatic field. The snake breeding and catching industry, a quiet but extremely vibrant industry. The first image that you can imagine is a snake farm with thousands of snakes, built as a special farm, where there is no sound of barking, no running, but where extreme tension always exists. Every step of the worker, every time the cage is opened, requires absolute skill, agility and alertness, because just a small mistake can cost a life. In modern snake farms, snakes are no longer kept in old bamboo boxes or lying on the moldy ground as in the old image. Instead, each snake is raised in specialized tanks with a system of controlling temperature, humidity and light, simulating their natural habitat. Snake food is also strictly controlled: frozen mice, eggs, minced chicken or even specially formulated nutritional mixtures, helping snakes grow quickly, have fewer diseases and produce high-quality skin and meat. As for pythons, raising them requires even more space and extremely detailed control techniques. Adult pythons can be more than 5 meters long and weigh tens of kilograms. Breeders must ensure that the cages are sturdy enough, have a protective wire mesh system, and are always on duty 24/7. Many python farms even equipped with surveillance cameras for each row of cages. Like a high-tech factory, except that the production objects here are cold and dangerous creatures. Why do people accept these risks to raise pythons? The answer lies in the huge economic value they bring. Snake skin. Python skin, if qualified, can be sold for tens to hundreds of USD per piece, and is sought after by world-famous fashion brands to produce handbags, shoes, belts, wallets, etc. Snake and python meat is considered a rare delicacy, with high nutritional value. Many people believe that it can increase vitality and improve health. In addition, snake gallbladder, snake bones, and many other parts are also used in traditional medicine, especially in Asian countries such as China, Vietnam, Thailand, etc. Not only stopping at animal husbandry, many places also strongly develop the form of catching wild pythons, a job that requires daring, experience and nerves of steel. Snake hunters, often called death catchers, have to trek through forests, cross streams, and stalk day and night in swamps, dense forests or dry grasslands. Once snakes or pythons have been captured from the wild or raised on farms, processing is an extremely important step. This is the stage where snakes and pythons will be cleaned, skinned and processed into valuable products. Each step in this process requires high technique and absolute meticulousness to ensure the quality of the final product. After being captured, the snakes will be brought to processing rooms, where they are assessed for quality. They will then be skinned, a step that is extremely careful so as not to damage the precious skin. Snake skin can be used to make high-end leather products such as handbags, wallets, belts and shoes, luxury items sought after by many famous brands. In particular, python skin is more popular because of its durability and natural beauty, creating products that are both luxurious and unique. After the skin is processed, the snake and python meat will be cleaned and processed into specialty dishes. In many countries, snake meat is considered a nutritious dish, with the effect of increasing vitality and curing diseases. In countries such as China and Thailand, snake meat is often processed into dishes such as snake soup, snake wine, or grilled meat, especially in important parties. Snake gallbladder is a precious medicinal herb, used in traditional medicine, although this is not a popular product in Western countries. In Asian countries, snake gallbladder is believed to be effective in treating diseases such as back pain, knee pain, and even supporting the treatment of blood pressure problems. Along with meat and skin, snake bones, especially from large snakes, can be processed into bone glue or used in pharmaceutical products. Snake bones contain a lot of calcium and minerals, which are raw materials for making tonics for the elderly or children. After processing, these products will be put into the distribution system. The countries that consume the most snake and python products today include the United States, Europe, and some Middle Eastern countries. In these countries, snake and python products are very valuable and are often only available in specialty stores that specialize in luxury goods. Challenges in the snake and python hunting and processing industry. Despite its great economic value, the snake and python hunting industry is not without its challenges and risks. First of all, there is the danger from the animals that hunters face every day. Venomous snakes and large pythons are objects that can directly endanger the lives of hunters. Many people in the industry share that catching snakes is not an easy job. They have to spend hours, even all day, searching and setting traps. Snakes can hide in caves, under thick foliage, or even crawl into cracks in abandoned houses. To deal with them, hunters must have absolute experience and skill, otherwise, a small mistake can put them in danger. Meanwhile, for python farming, farms face the problem of python healthcare, because these animals are susceptible to infectious diseases if their living environment is not strictly controlled. Moreover, each python can eat a large amount of food in a day, mainly small animals such as mice or even birds, making the cost of raising them quite expensive. Not to mention, protecting python farms and snake hunting areas from natural hazards, such as floods or natural disasters, is also a big problem. Heavy rains and strong winds can destroy the cages, causing the loss of many precious animals and causing great financial losses for the farms. Market and consumption trends of snake and python products. The market for snake and python products is currently mainly concentrated in Asia, especially countries such as China, Thailand, and Vietnam, where these products are considered to be tonics, rare foods, and traditional medicines. In Europe and the United States, snakes and pythons are not consumed as much as in Asian regions. But there is a great demand for snake and python skins for the high-end fashion industry. Famous brands such as Louis Vuitton, Prada, and Gucci have included snake and python skin products in their collections, making these products increasingly expensive and rare. In addition, the trend of adventure tourism is also a factor contributing to the promotion of the snake and python hunting and processing industry. Travel companies organize tours to wild lands, where visitors can directly witness the process of snake hunting and even participate in catching snakes with hunters. The future of the snake industry, challenges and opportunities. The snake hunting and processing industry is facing great opportunities, but there are also many challenges in maintaining sustainable development, while the demand for snake and python products is increasing. From food, pharmaceuticals to high-end fashion, the industry is also facing many factors that may affect its future. International market growth. One of the main factors that helps this industry continue to grow is the expansion of the international market. Along with the development of the high-end fashion industry, the demand for snakeskin and python skin is increasing, especially in developed countries such as the US, Europe and Japan. High-end products made from snakeskin and python skin are popular not only because of their durability, but also because they bring special aesthetic value. That is why many famous brands continue to invest in snakeskin and python products, making this market extremely potential. Moreover, the demand for snake meat and python meat in Asian countries is still very strong. Snake products are not only consumed domestically but also exported abroad, especially to Korea, Vietnam, Thailand, and China. Dishes such as snake soup, grilled python meat or snake wine are considered specialties and have high value. Environmental and ethical challenges. While the industry is thriving, it is undeniable that environmental and ethical challenges are becoming more serious. One of the biggest issues is wildlife protection. Hunting snakes in the wild can lead to the decline of some species, especially when their habitats are reduced due to land exploitation and pollution. Therefore, animal protection organizations call for measures to control and protect these species, avoiding overhunting. In addition, raising snakes and pythons on farms can lead to problems with the quality of life of animals, although this is a more sustainable production model than hunting in the wild. The living conditions of these animals still need to be ensured so that they do not suffer from poor health and living environment. Raising big-legged dongtao chickens, potential specialty livestock industry. The big-legged dongtao chicken is one of the rare and special breeds of chicken in Vietnam. standing out with its big legs and smooth feathers. This is a breed of chicken with high value, not only in the livestock industry, but also in the food industry, traditional medicine, and gift market. In recent years, raising big-legged Dongtao chickens has attracted great attention from many investors, farms, and farmers. So, how can we develop an effective and sustainable model of raising big-legged Dongtao chickens? Characteristics and values of big-legged Dongtao chickens. The big-legged Dongtao chicken stands out with its big and strong legs, a feature that makes this breed unique. The thick and rough scales on the Dongtao chickens are one of the characteristics that make them easy to identify. Moreover, they have a muscular body, with thick and beautiful feathers, and a body weight that is quite large compared to other chicken breeds. Dongtao chickens with big feet are not only loved for their special shape, but they also have a very high economic value. Dongtao chicken meat has excellent quality, firm, fragrant meat, low fat and contains many nutrients. It is considered a nutritious dish in parties, festivals or as a high-class gift. In traditional medicine, Dongtao chickens are believed to have the ability to nourish health, help strengthen the body and treat some diseases. Therefore, their value is many times higher than that of common chicken breeds. Dongtao chicken raising model with big feet. Farming and raising environment. One of the important factors when raising Dongtao chickens with big feet is creating a suitable living environment for them. Dongtao chickens are very sensitive to living conditions, so farms need to have spacious, clean and airy spaces. The barns must be built to ensure ventilation to avoid heat or humidity, and at the same time have good protection from natural factors such as heavy rain and cold wind. Raising big-footed Dongtao chickens is a special livestock industry, bringing high economic value and strong development potential in the future. However, to be successful, farmers need to have professional knowledge, effective care and management techniques. With the development of the consumer market and high demand for specialty foods, the Dongtao chicken farming model will certainly contribute to the development of the agricultural economy and bring stable income to the people. In addition, maintaining a safe living environment is also necessary to minimize epidemics. Dongtao chickens are also susceptible to disease if not properly cared for. So farms need to have a disinfection system, regular vaccination and ensure barn hygiene. Breed selection and breeding techniques. Breed selection is a decisive factor in the quality of Dongtao chickens. When choosing breeding chickens, it is necessary to pay attention to purebred lines to ensure good growth and development. The breeding chickens must be healthy, have a beautiful appearance and be free of deformities. The diet of Dongtao chickens is also very important. Dongtao chickens require a balanced, nutritious diet to grow healthily. In addition to the main food of grains and bran, Dongtao chickens need to supplement with green vegetables, vitamins, and minerals. Caring for chickens from young to adulthood also requires strict management of drinking water, lighting systems, and activity space, health management and disease prevention. Dongtao chickens, like many other poultry species, are susceptible to a number of diseases such as chicken pox, Marek's disease, and Newcastle disease. To ensure the health of the flock, regular vaccination is very important. In addition, farmers need to monitor the health of the chickens every day, promptly detect unusual signs for quick handling, and avoid spreading disease in the flock. Raising time and profit. Normally, Dongtao chickens can be raised for about 6 to 8 months to reach the appropriate weight for consumption. However, for parent breed chickens, the raising time may be longer. When fully grown, the weight of Dongtao chickens can reach 4 to 5 kilograms for roosters and 3 to 4 kilograms for hens. The high value of Dongtao chickens is mainly due to their meat and skin. Products processed from Dongtao chickens such as roasted chicken, steamed chicken, chicken soup are always popular during holidays or luxurious parties. Economy and benefits of raising Dongtao chickens. Raising Dongtao chickens not only helps improve farmers' income, but is also a great investment opportunity. With the high value of Dongtao chicken meat and skin, Farmers can profit from both meat and byproducts such as feathers, bones, and chicken feet. In addition, this breed of chicken is also suitable for farmers with large land and the need to develop a specialty farming model. Providing Dongtao chicken meat to high-end restaurants, hotels or gift shops is a way to expand the consumption market. Sustainable development and challenges. However, Dongtao chicken farming also faces some challenges. The shortage of quality chicken breeds, high raising costs, and unstable consumption markets can cause difficulties for beginners. Therefore, farmers need to develop a clear business plan, research the market and find sustainable consumption channels. In addition, to develop sustainably, Dongtao chicken farms need to apply modern farming methods, protect the health of chickens and protect the surrounding environment. Raising millions of ducks, a large-scale food farming model. Duck farming is not only a familiar profession for rural people but also one of the large-scale food production industries that is developing strongly in many countries, including Vietnam. Ducks not only provide delicious, nutritious meat but also provide duck eggs and duck feathers of high economic value. With the ability to grow quickly and low raising costs, raising millions of ducks is becoming a trend of many large farms. So, how to build a model of raising millions of ducks effectively, sustainably and bringing high profits. Characteristics and values of ducks. Ducks are a type of poultry that is strong, easy to raise and grows quickly, compared to other poultry species such as chickens. Ducks have the ability to adapt to many different climates and environments. Ducks can be raised in many different areas such as plains, saltwater areas or closed farms. With the ability to grow quickly, within 2 to 3 months, ducks can reach a weight of 2 to 3 kilograms, and at adulthood, they can provide a significant amount of eggs. Duck meat has high nutritional value, is rich in protein, and low in fat, and is a popular food in rustic dishes as well as in high-class cuisine. Duck eggs also have special value, are processed into many delicious dishes and can be used in the production of confectionery or as ingredients for traditional dishes such as mooncakes, sponge cakes, or balut, which is very popular in Southeast Asian countries. In addition to meat and eggs, duck feathers are also purchased and used in the production of bedding, jackets, or high-class clothing. Therefore, raising millions of ducks brings great economic value from many different items. Model of raising millions of ducks. Cage and farming environment. With the scale of raising millions of ducks, farm area is an important factor that needs to be considered. Each duck needs a suitable living space to grow healthily and achieve high productivity. Large-scale duck farms often build spacious barns with good ventilation systems to minimize pollution, help the ducks breathe easily and avoid disease. One of the important factors in duck farming is clean water. Ducks need water for living, eating and bathing, so a continuous supply of clean water is a prerequisite to ensure good growth of the duck flock. Large-scale farms often use automatic water supply systems to save costs and labor. Barns must be built with separate eating areas, resting areas and bathing areas, ensuring hygiene and avoiding the spread of disease. Automatic feeders and drinkers can help reduce labor and maintain stable nutritional conditions for ducks. Nutrition and feed. Duck nutrition directly affects their health, growth, and productivity. Ducks can eat a variety of foods, from industrial bran, cereals, green vegetables, to biological products such as probiotics, animal protein, fish meal, and nutritional supplements from natural ingredients. Using the right food helps them grow quickly and minimize production costs. Meanwhile, supplementing vitamins and minerals for ducks is very important, helping them maintain good health, increase resistance, and reduce the possibility of disease. Moreover, when raising millions of ducks, managing the supply of food evenly to all ducks is essential, helping to avoid malnutrition. Healthcare and management. To successfully raise millions of ducks, health management of the duck flock is of utmost importance. Ducks are susceptible to a number of poultry diseases such as duck cholera, pneumonia, or Newcastle disease, so regular vaccination is required. In addition, regular disinfection of the barn and cleaning are also required to minimize the risk of disease outbreaks. A farm raising millions of ducks also needs an automatic health monitoring system or a regular healthcare system from veterinarians to check the condition of the flock. Any abnormalities must be detected and treated promptly so as not to affect the duck flock. Reproduction and growth regime. Ducks usually reach reproductive age at about 5 to 6 months and can lay eggs all year round, with the number of up to hundreds of eggs in their lifetime. To ensure a high egg-laying rate, special care must be given to the mother ducks, proper nutrition, and a clean living environment. In addition to raising ducks for meat, the model of raising millions of ducks can also produce eggs, helping to increase farm income. Duck eggs can be consumed directly in the market or processed into products such as salted eggs, balut, or used as raw materials for the food industry. Economic benefits of raising millions of ducks. The model of raising millions of ducks can bring huge profits from the consumption of meat, eggs and byproducts.